Hey everybody, we're talking to Marc Nelson this evening. If you don't know who Marc Nelson is, Google him. Hey D, hey Kenneth, welcome y'all. Y'all Marc Nelson fans? What's up? And the brother's punctual. Hey Kenneth, you and I need to talk. We need to have a tete-a-tete. He said he's my brother. Yes.
What's up?
What's going on, Maestro?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm blessed, man.
Good,
How you
man.
doing with all this snow tonight? You got that up there?
I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. I thank God for all seasons. I thank Him for all seasons, man. Not
That's
complaining
right.
at all.
That's
Yeah,
right.
man. Thank you for having me on your show.
Oh, thank you for being on my show. This is an
It's my
honor for
pleasure.
me.
It's my
So
pleasure.
I normally start off, right. These people
hmm
that I have on, I am a fan first. Before I'm
Thank you.
anything else, I'm a fan first.
Thanks,
And I
man.
just
Thank
want to
you.
geek out for a second so I can get it out the
All
way.
right,
Then
all
I
right.
can
Go
concentrate on the work.
ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
All right, so I am a geek when it comes to certain things in art. I'm a
Okay.
music fan, and
Okay.
I'm one of them people that peruse through the credits. I'm looking at
Ah,
names. I want to know who wrote what. I want to know who played what, who sang
yeah, yeah,
background. I
yeah,
want to know
yeah.
all that stuff. So
I
I have
love
been
it.
seeing your name for years
Oh,
to
that's
some of the
cool.
songs that I love.
Mm.
And then I did a deep dive into who you were. And this is over a period of time. And
Okay.
we've been social media friends for a while now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was like, wow, this dude is deep. He's done a lot of stuff.
Thank
And
you, man.
then I've gotten so good that I can detect your voice even in the background. Like I know when you're
Ah,
in the song.
man,
I
that's
can
a
hear it.
blessing, man.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you, thank
I'm a
you. You
longtime
sound you
fan.
sound like you sound like you can sing too, man. Can you sing?
Cut it out. Cut it out.
Ah.
No, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit.
Okay, all right, cool, cool.
So I guess, how are you doing? How have you been holding up in all this?
Well, I've been blessed to in saying that I always want to kind of give a disclaimer, and all my prayers go out to the many families around the world who've lost loved ones, people they know, and so on. Regarding this COVID situation, I've lost a few myself, but me personally, it's been an actual blessing to kind of go inside, you know what I'm saying, inside my spirit and take it in and recognize that the most important thing is life. So I can't complain, man. I'm alive. You know what I mean? Other than that, everything is cool.
How has it done for you? How has this been for you artistically? Have you like gone deep in the dive of creating more?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, as an artist, it's forced me to go into development mode, to finally touch on the parts of my creative being that I don't really practice on. Like case in point, I'm learning the keys. I'm really taking like jazz piano lessons and acting. I'm really getting my chops up in that area as well. So very, very focused on bettering the things that need to get better so that when the world heals, I'm ready for it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right. So let's go back in time a little bit. Let's go
All
back
right, let's
to
do it.
Philadelphia, born
Born
and
and
raised.
raised. Yes, sir. Philly
So
it
let's
is.
talk
What's up?
about your upbringing,
Okay.
which a lot of people don't know that you come from actually music royalty. Like your mom was the
Yeah.
bomb.
Yeah,
Talk
thank
about that.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my mother, Phyllis Nelson, may she rest in peace, passed in '97. Um, when I was a kid, she was developing herself as an artist, as a songwriter, as a singer, and I want to say that she was the one that always kept saying to me, "I'm gonna make it to show you that you can." I was like, okay, Ma. So she's like, come sit over here next to me and sing the harmonies to this song that I'm writing and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's because of her that I have it internally that I can do anything I want to do. I have to tip my hat out to her. Now that's my mother. My dad is also a phenomenal saxophone player. My mom used to say, "Oh my God, I fell in love with him because he just used to make love to that saxophone." I was like, "Oh my God, he's incredible." And so my dad gave me another side of music, so I just kind of had it circling around me, a lot. Yeah.
Good. One of the things that you possess, and not too many people possess that for me, is
Mm.
is your tonality. Like your tone
Oh,
is so soothing.
thank
Anita
you.
Baker has that for me.
Thank you.
Anita
Yeah,
Baker
I
has
got.
that. Anita Adams has that. Layla Hathaway
Yeah,
has that. It's that.
yeah.
It's like a lullaby, just in your tone. I
Thank you,
appreciate
thank
that.
you. No, I appreciate it too, man. I want to give credit to my high school, Kappa, Creative Performing Arts. You know, I think it was just, it was them that just really kind of made me find, who I am as a vocalist, because I spent 4 years being in an amazing choir in a high school. And I don't know, I think I developed it over time where the way I developed my vocals was I would listen to my favorite songs. I didn't necessarily have a favorite artist, but I
Hmm.
would just mimic the songs over and over again, trying to sound exactly like them. And what people don't realize is when you're mimicking other people, even though you'll never sound like them, you're developing your own
Hmm.
sound. You know what I'm saying? So I listen to people like Prince, Michael Jackson, Alexander O'Neal, Luther Vandross, what is it, Lionel Richie, yeah, people like that. And then clearly my love, No Addition.
So I need you to name drop a little bit. You went to a
Yeah, talk to
very
me.
prominent high school. Who are
Yeah.
some of your classmates or some people that were in your school?
Ah,
I need you to name drop a
okay.
little bit.
Yeah, yeah. So we got Amel from Groove Theory, Amel LaRue.
Yep.
Clearly, my guys, Boyz II Men, Nathan, Mike, Sean, and Juan. We have Jasmine Sullivan.
Hmm.
Then we got Amir,
Hmm.
known as Questlove,
Hmm.
from The Roots, um, Black Thought as well. And who else? Who else came out of my school, man? I mean, that's enough right there. But
Yeah, it really is.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
that's a movement. All those
yeah.
people were in the movement.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. It's
And it seems
incredible.
like all of you have made out fairly well for yourselves.
Yeah, man. God is good, man. He's good. Yeah, yeah. It's funny too, man. That school is like, it's crazy how like these beautiful schools, they're always planted in the hood. Nothing wrong with the hood itself, but you just get talent and you find it anywhere, man. Because we was all from technically the streets, if you will, and just came to this one location where we could thrive and develop who we are. So yeah,
Right.
the high school
Right.
is incredible. Yeah, man.
Okay, so you're in high school
Yeah.
and you're in choral ensemble, you're
Mm-hmm.
developing your skill, and
Mm-hmm.
you meet the rest of the gentlemen that are in Boys to Men.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Does that formulate into Boys to Men?
In my senior year. Yeah, in my
Okay.
senior year. So me and Nate, best friends since ninth grade, and we were always, really trying to put something together. So we put together a number of different things, but this one was the one that pretty much, stuck. Uh, when we were in 12th grade, it was just like a whirlwind of just opportunities that were kind of coming across Philadelphia, and that just so happened to be one of them. Yeah.
And so, if I'm correct, you were the one that kind of arranged for the meeting with Michael,
Yeah, yeah. So
Michael Bivins, that is.
exactly, exactly. A lot of people see the new edition, what is it, the new edition movie, and they think that he's at a tour bus when in actuality he's backstage uh,
Mm.
at this uh, at this concert called um, the Powerhouse at the convention center.
Yep.
And somehow we got in. Oh, it's not even somehow we got in. We got into a promoter from Power 99. I wish I could remember this guy's name, man, because I would just want to thank him for one, So we got there. This lady comes out. I ask her for a backstage pass. I give it to Nate. He goes backstage. He's looking for Fresh Prince because Charlie Mack asked us to come to this event. He goes back there. He can't see Fresh Prince, now known as Will Smith. Nate comes back out, and he was like, "Let's go." I was like, "Nah, give me the pass." So I took it. I went backstage and I ran into Teddy Pendergrass's daughter,
Mm.
and I asked her for her pass. And
Mm-hmm.
so I went out and I stuck it on Nate and I brought him back. I said, "Stand here." And then I took it off of him and then put it on Michael and then Wanye and then Sean. And after I got Sean and you got Belle Biv DeVoe coming through this back entrance about to go on stage announcing that they're BBD. This was that Biv, Ronnie, and Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as they got off stage, I stepped to Biv and I was like, "Hey man, we're Boyz II Men. Can we sing? Can we sing for you?" And we sang "Can You Stand the Rain," the acapella version that you now know that Boyz II Men sings. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's how that went down.
And from there, he basically was like, "It's a go."
Yeah, he gave me his number. I called him probably about a week later. It was about a week later. I was talking to him about that because actually I thought it was like the very next day. I was so damn excited. But it was actually about a week later. I called him in California, and we were trying to figure out what we could do. And what I was going to tell people as a disclaimer, I'm writing a book called "As a Boy Yet a Man," just so you know. And so a lot of this will be in that book. Um, I went on to we went on to try and strike this deal, but what was blocking the situation from us getting this deal with Bid was that we were signed to a local management. And in that management agreement, I was an adult who had signed. I was already 18, and the other four were minors. Nate was just about to turn 18, um, but the management wouldn't let me go. And that began the downward spiral of me not being able to be a part of the whole unit of Boyz II Men, which a lot of people don't know. They usually think, oh, he left the group or something to that effect, and that's not exactly what happened.
Yeah, you hear a lot of
Yeah,
stories. That, like one of the most famous ones for me was like the story of Tony and her sisters. You know how they all
yeah,
were a group, and
yeah, yeah.
through contractual stuff, and what the powers that be wanted, everybody
Yeah.
couldn't go. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Is that the real story? I mean, did they say that out their mouths, or is that just kind of the one that's out there?
well as it yeah, as it related to the Braxtons, the group, not Tony herself, but the
Yeah.
others. And one of the sisters
Ah.
couldn't be in the group because pregnancy, and they didn't want, with
Ah.
the image, all that stuff. So the
Yeah. Yeah.
powers
Yeah.
that be
Yeah.
stepped in and were like, nah.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I get it. Yeah, man. Yeah. Stuff. Stuff happens, and it was a devastating, obviously a devastating blow for me. Very, very hard pill to swallow. But thank God, man, he got me through it. He always says it never gives you more than you can bear. I could bear a lot because that was something. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, when you see videos and you hear the songs on the radio, in your younger years, at that age, was it like heartbreaking and heart
No, yeah,
wrenching?
it was devastating. It was traumatizing and devastating. But it was in a different spin because obviously when you're young and you dream and you want something, and then it's right there at the tip of your fingers. As a matter of fact, you're the one with Nate. You're the one that made it happen. For it to just fly away, and all of a sudden you have to deal with day in and day out, year after year, watching this successful thing blow up in front of you. It was totally heartbreaking. But when I say from a different spin, it's more like a lot of people lose that opportunity because they may have done something to walk themselves away from it or did something bad or something terrible. This was more of the first brush with the business of music and understanding how this game is played.
Hmm.
And for many years people thought that I had left it, so I had like a bad stain on my reputation because, oh my God, he left the group. I know he feels stupid. I know he this and that and the third. And I'm sitting here thinking, no, that's not what happened at all. So yeah, you gotta understand, many days, man, it was I was tears, all kinds of stuff. But um but in that, I recognized that God had a good calling, a better calling, and I moved on. I was either I'm going to roll over and die, or made something happen. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
So it's all good. It's totally all good. And the beauty of it is circling back and coming full circle to be with them was the most beautiful thing on the planet. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
man.
So, like, what's the time frame from that point to when you land with Mr. Kenneth Edmonds, Babyface?
So that was 91 when it originally took place. And I always like to give this mid story about As Yet. In 91, that same time, I struck a deal with Capitol Records after the Boyz II Men situation didn't work out for me. And when I came out with that record, the irony is I had to go back to the same venue where I got Boyz II Men discovered to perform. And then performing there, when I left to go back home, I ran into a group of guys that were outside waiting for me. And they were like, yo, we love what you do. We love who you are. We knew you were Boyz II Men locally. Da, 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 da. Could you come help us with our harmonies? And I said, cool, no problem. So I went with them to their home, helped them with their harmonies, and then left. It was it, right? But little did I
Hmm.
realize I planted a seed because from 91 to 94, 5, I was working my way and developing my writing skills and everything. I moved to California, and that's when I met Babyface by way of a guy named John Robinson, who was a producer. And then I get a call from Babyface that he had just signed this group that said they knew me, and Face wanted me in the
Uh,
group as the lead singer. And I was like, well, who could the group be? So when I got to Face's office, these same guys who were calling themselves As Yet Untitled, I
mm,
would become the lead singer of that group. You see what I'm saying? That's
wow.
God, man. You
Wow.
just come on.
Nothing but,
You,
nothing but,
you can't
nothing but.
say nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what happened. So that's about a good 4 years. Yeah.
So, because in my research, I didn't
Hmm.
know that there was a group Blaze. I didn't know Blaze.
Yeah.
Where
Now
did Blaze?
Blaze. Oh yeah, Blaze is so much later. It was me and Tony Grant, an incredible singer actor. We became really good friends, and he called me one day. I mean, this is now what this is in like 2007 maybe.
Okay.
Where, yeah, so that's just so much later, but he came up with this concept of putting together a super group. And then he said, why don't we put the lead singers of Blackstreet, Azjet, and Silk together? I was like,
Mm.
damn, that is fire. So I went and called Sony, said, hey, a friend of mine got this idea of this group. And then I put the letters together, and I named it Blaze. And
Mm.
then and we began to develop. But again, that's just so further down the road.
Okay. So let's go
Yeah,
back to where we were.
no
Uh,
problem.
the so initially in As Yet, are you already writing at that point? Are you writing for the group at that point?
No. So again, for like from 91 to 94, I was writing songs for people. Um, and I connected with an old high school friend of mine named John Robinson, and we began writing songs together. He got signed as a songwriter to
Mm.
Babyface and Tracy Evans when they were married to this company
Yep.
called
Yep.
Yab Yum. Yab Yum, right? And while he was signed to them, I was still writing songs with him. And then Kenny Face would hear these records
Hmm.
and he would say, damn, who is that writing? Who's that singing? And he said, oh, that's Marc Nelson. So Kenny wanted to meet me and actually kind of put me in After Seven
Mm.
before I got with
Really?
As Yet. Yeah, right. Which was
Wow.
really cool. And I didn't know that. Now everyone knows, Face is my mentor. So it was
Hmm.
the most mind blowing thing to know that I was going to be working with him eventually. Yeah, but that's how that went down. I think I kind of lost what your original question was. Oh, as yet, was I writing for them?
Yeah.
No, yeah. And so while I'm, interacting with the whole Yab Yum camp, I'm still not, a recording artist. I'm just writing songs and producing records for people. And it was like the beginning times for me getting there. It was when I connected with As Yet that everything really took off for me.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. And so the songs that you contributed to, those hits that Babyface was kicking out,
Mhm.
would you contribute to, was that happening in the meantime, or was that after As Yet took off?
That was okay. So to be very specific, because it is a specific question here, when I signed with As Yet, before we even came out, when I started to record, when I recorded that first record last night, we
Mm-hmm.
did it at his house. We call it a house, right? A mansion, right? We did it at the studio at his house. He was impressed by my ability to record very quickly and hit it like that first go around, right? So while I'm with As Yet and rehearsing and getting to know the guys again, Kenny would call me and I would be in the studio like every day getting on these records with him from the Making Me High, Why Does It
Mm-hmm.
Hurt So Bad? I could just go on and on and on to
Yeah.
these records.
You
So
all
that
over the
was,
Living Can Fail soundtrack.
yeah, yeah, thanks. So that was happening before we released last night. And
Okay.
then as we released last night, it just got even bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened with As Yet?
In what way? Good or bad? Which one you want?
Let's go bad first.
All right. So, you know, you're gonna be the first person I kind of go. No, you're the first I go really, really deep. You know, this is what I really think took place when I joined the group. Dion Allen is the co-founder with Sean Rivera of As Yet. Okay, and um, they had their first brush with the music business when they signed to LaFace Records. The label basically just took over and said,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, thank you for developing the group. Now you're signed to us. We're gonna take it from here." And I think that crushed Dion because he was the captain of the group. He was the one that put, all these years he put it together, and trying to get it to where it needed to be. Now all of a sudden he's just a member of the group. You get what I'm saying, right?
Right.
And so when they put me in, as you didn't realize or didn't know that Babyface had an intention of building a group around me.
Mm.
And and I learned that firsthand being in the situation. Now, when we're rehearsing, Kenny would call me and say, "Hey, come down to the studio." He didn't care that I was in the middle of rehearsal with my
Right.
group. And the guys began to feel some kind of way, about that. Now, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to say, "No, Kenny, I'm rehearsing with As Yet. We're signed to your label. What am I supposed to do?" And I think
Yeah.
eventually that began to have this internal beef with me and some of the guys and vice versa. And it wasn't something that I created, but it wasn't something that I could stop. Now you must also understand, I've had 4, 5 years of total hell watching my guys, Boyz II Men, blow up like crazy.
Right.
And that stripped me down to where I'm like, all I want to do is just sing and do my thing. That's all I care to do. I don't care about this fame, fortune, glory. All that stuff was God stripped me of all that
Right.
for the first 5 years. So here I am. I have no problem with you. We're brothers. Let's go. Thank you, Jesus. I get another chance. I get another opportunity. Let's work this out. And my God, there was no convincing. They would never connect with me on that deep level. It was like they were brothers, just like I was brothers with Boyz II Men, and they kept me completely on the outside.
Well,
Like there was,
how did that work in performing? Like, how did that work in the delivery of the art?
well, I'm gonna say it again, bro. I was just glad to be there. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was just happy that God blessed me with an opportunity to do it. I finally got to do what Boyz II Men had been doing for 4 years. I toured all over the world. I got to sing with Babyface. He wrote pretty much the whole CD. I got to write song. I got to be on stage in front of thousands and thousands of people. Did you think I was really having an issue with these guys, upset with me because Kenny calls me to come into the studio and sing some records, and I didn't give a. Can we curse? I give a fuck. I really did it. You know, my whole attitude was like, whatever. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right.
So yeah, you know, they was foul, man. They were foul. They was foul towards me, but that didn't. I couldn't feel it. I was so numb because of what happened 4 years prior. It's like
Right.
your shit is petty to be perfectly honest with you. This is
Yeah.
candy, cakewalk for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead deal with your little, you know, this is your first brush. I've had 4 years. I know what this is, you know. And every now and again, L.A. Reid would call me and say, Mark, don't worry about it. It's all good. We got you. Babyface would do the same thing. Don't worry about it. We got you. Cool. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So I didn't worry about it, you know.
Right.
But I say in hindsight, I will say today, being much older, because I knew so much, I wish I had catered a little bit more and a little bit better to what he was going through, what Dion was going through,
Right.
because I understood it 100 times over, 100 times more than he could ever begin to imagine. This is his first go around with it.
Right.
And I wish I could have sat with him and said, man, there's nothing worth this thing that you're feeling. You should be thankful and grateful that you've been blessed to have this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Tip your hat off that you got it this far. Now let's be brothers and let's go get this. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And I didn't know to say that at the time. Because I mean, even though I was grateful, I was still wounded by and I had scars. So if you coming at me, I'm ready to throw these. I wasn't even I was so hurt and angry, you know what I'm saying, that the success that started to come, I started to heal from it, you know,
Right.
but I was not totally healed. So if you coming at me left, I'm ready for you because I got a lot to let go, you know, but I don't want any problems. So even though they came at me sideways, I still just was like, hey, it's all good, whatever, let's just keep it moving.
Right.
That was my take on it at the time. So.
So I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you went into that because you know the word on the street or what a
Mm,
lot of people believe, the
mm.
rumor about you having an affair with Tracy Edmonds is what
Uh,
ended that situation. Which,
no,
yeah,
no. No, first of all, I didn't have an affair with Tracy Evans. Let's start there, okay?
right,
I will say, you know, when I came out with As Yet, I was a target to a lot of celebrity women who wanted to, you know, do some things with me. But I was too scared. And as I said, as you heard me just say, I was so happy, man. I was like, I'm not doing anything to fuck this up. You kidding me? You know what
that's
I'm
right.
saying, right? So, um, being around Kenny as much as I was, clearly I was around Tracy as well. Tracy never deliberately did anything, said anything inappropriate. Tracy was being Tracy and is a sweet person and a wonderful human being. Um, at times, me personally, I was always uncomfortable being around her, but not because she was doing anything or saying anything at all. Um, Simply because I just wanted to focus on the music and I wanted to focus on Kenny. And when I came out with the group, women were all over me trying to get
Mm-hmm.
at me. And I just wasn't there. Now, again, Tracy never, and let's put that out there right now,
That's right.
didn't even come at me sideways at all. But I didn't want to be around anybody's other partners, nothing. I wanted to
Don't start
do,
none, won't be
you
none.
know what I'm saying? Just leave me alone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. So no. But I did tell a story, which is probably that's why there's a rumor that after I was no longer with As Yet, I still went on to be and work with Babyface, which and I did the MTV Unplugged. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then doing the MTV Unplugged, we were in New York City. Kenny came up to me and approached me and took me in a room and sat down and said, "Hey, yo, you know, there's a rumor saying that you said you're having an affair with Tracy." And I damn near broke down and cried, dude. You see what I'm saying? Right? And I said, Kenny, I said, you know what? I said, look, you ain't got to tell me who said it. Only God and I truly know the truth, and we know that ain't true. And then I said, And I said, think about it. What would be the number one way to destroy the most important thing on the planet to me? And that's my relationship with you. Say something
Mhm.
about your wife. Come on, right? And then I said, then he asked me, he said, I get that and I understand. He said, so where were you on Friday? And I said, Kenny, I was with you. And that shut it down right there. You see what I'm saying? I was with him 24 hours a day with him. And he was like, yeah, I know. And then he kind of said, look, I had to ask you because everybody's talking shit. Da, 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 da. We eventually found out who started the rumor,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we found that out eventually. And it was all love. And it's so all love. Before COVID, I was just with Kenny at the Mirage because Kenny does does a residency in place of us with me with Boyz II Men. So when me and Boyz II Men are not at that stage, he does his show there as
Nice.
well. So it was absolutely nothing, So, but no, that's not what happened. So there you go. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as yet ends,
hmm
then what?
Um. Oh, so Babyface is being managed by Benny Medina. We do
Mm.
the MTV Unplugged, and when we finish that, Benny Medina approaches me and wants to be my manager. So he began to manage me immediately. And I'm gonna say literally 2 days after 2 days after the MTV Unplugged in New York City, I closed a multi-million dollar deal with Columbia Records, and then that's when I came out with 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I say, hey, Benny, thank you so much, bro, because you made me rich in 3 days. It was crazy. It was the craziest thing on the
Yeah.
planet. Yeah,
Just for curiosity, what's when you sign, right? You get this big check.
yeah.
What does Mark Nelson ball out on? What is
Ah, man, let me tell you. Let me tell you. So the first thing I did, this deal happened right at towards the end of the year. So we're walking into November, December. Um, at the time I had two little girls and I did the biggest Christmas shop. It was ridiculous too. It was just, I mean, when I say it was ridiculous, man. It was just it was ridiculous, right? I went and bought them so many toys. They were tired of opening stuff. I literally had to save some
wow.
of it for like, you know, was it birthdays and stuff like and I recognized right there, I said, Mark, you need to chill. You need to chill because I was tired of looking at them opening stuff. They were happy with two toys, right? Why I get like 30 toys, you know what I'm saying, right? That was the first thing I did. Went and bought a house and then I built a full blown recording facility
Nice.
for myself. Yeah. And that's how I started. Yeah. And then I just went back to work. That was really it. Yeah, but it was a beautiful feeling to for the first time to know that you know when you gain financial security, your mind elevates to a whole nother plateau of creative thinking because you're not concerned about how you're gonna pay your next rent, how you're gonna pay your next mortgage or whatever. So it really opened up the door to be that much more creative. Yeah,
Nice. Nice.
yeah, thanks.
So who do you have any dream collaborations, like people you want to work with that you haven't?
um, right now, um, there are a few people I want to write for. Collaborations. Collaborations. I would love to work with Adele. I'd love to work with Bruno Mars.
Mm,
I'd like to write for. I would like to write for Rihanna right
mm,
now, and um, I'd love to collaborate with India Irie.
mm.
If I had to. And her. Her is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord God, she's amazing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's the kind of like write for and collaborate with someone. Yeah, yeah, I would like that.
So what's going on with you now? I heard the new song, Jazz, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So I had started this project to do this jazz EP, and the first single that we released called "Sack Full of Dreams,"
Mm-hmm.
and it was me really trying to go in another direction, and I spent like probably 5 months just really taking my mind and my spirit into another world called jazz that I had not fully engaged. Now, I had written for jazz artists um, before, but I never went to the authentic original jazz. You know, mine was more contemporary. I was with like Brian Culberson, I did Will Downing, um, Patty Austin, and a host of people like that. I did Michael McDonald. And I'm talking about writing and producing records for these people. But
Mm-hmm.
then I had entered this world of jazz through a good friend of mine named Sherry Morris, who was like, Mark, you really should start singing some jazz. So, you know, we came with Sack Full of Dreams. Um, but while I was developing that, I was also, because you asked me what am I doing now, I was developing my own show. And so I have a few shows that are coming out. One is called Mark After Dark. I have my own radio station. My new company is called Creative Works. And so Mark After Dark, I'll be playing the love songs of the 80s and the 90s, man. You know, the slow jams back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so that show will air every Sunday from 9 to midnight. And the cool part about it is, you know, women can call in. I'll serenade them literally face to face through my YouTube platform, Facebook Live platform. And so that's one show. Then I have Man Code, and uh, and that's basically a talk show discussion with a group of people that I'll get on the social media and discuss the codes that we admit as the codes that we as men have that is unspoken, but we understand it. But
Oh
there are a
yeah.
lot of guys who violate it, and then there's
Yeah.
half the women population is clueless about it,
Yeah.
you know. And so I've already tested the waters by getting up there and kind of voicing my opinion about these various codes that we have, and it's you know it's people are interested in it. So I put together an entire show for it, and I'm literally closing a deal right now with a network.
Nice.
So it's going to be an actual TV show. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Very
Yeah,
nice.
man. Yeah. Thank you.
That whole serenading thing, you're gonna kill him with that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Full disclosure, I'm talking to the people out here. In us arranging this interview, Mark called me, but when he called me, he started singing on the phone, waiting for me to say hello. So I picked up the phone, and he was singing, and I never said anything because he was singing, and I just wanted to hear. So I was just letting him sing more.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, man.
Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, Serenade Ladies, I have a Serenade show. It's called Mark After Dark. And
that's
any
right.
record you want, love, so many things I got to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how. Yeah, man, let's get it. Yeah, any song you want to hear, you'll be able to call in, and um, and I will personally sing right to you. Guys, you could even call in. Not that I'm gonna sing to you, but I'll sing for you. You know, my woman, she broke up with me. Could you please sing? Can you stand the rain for me? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so and it debuts. I need to promote this. The the show debuts Valentine's Day. Mark After Dark debuts Valentine's Day, which is that Sunday night. So, and you can catch me on all I Marc Nelson. That's the letter I, Marc Nelson. Anything and everything social media.
So that's into the new year, and my other show that I produce, the Stephen Knight Show.
Yeah,
Um, I would like to have you on there, like maybe end of January,
you got
beginning
it,
of
man.
February, to help you
I,
promote that too.
I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Absolutely, absolutely, definitely, definitely. And you got
What
to
is
come
your
on the
range,
man
by the
code.
way?
Say again.
What is your range, by the way?
I'm a first tenor.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I have through Boyz II Men performing like for the last 8 years with them. I've had to work my way down to baritone, so I can go as far as first tenor all the way down to
Get in where you
baritone.
fit in, brother.
Hey man, hey yeah, because I wasn't there from the beginning, you know, Sean and Wanye won't give me any love and let me squeeze my way up into that tennis stuff. It's okay though, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have to hit
Is
some.
it kind of struggle to go lower, or is it easy for you to go higher?
very much easier for me. It's like my nature to be first tenor, so that's
Yeah.
nothing for me. It is a definite struggle to go lower. I can do it, and I have had to do it with the guys, but the issue is Nate has what we call perfect pitch, so he can hear everything with just blinking, and I can't really hear when I'm low. That
Mm,
low. I hit the note, but I can't fully hear it the way he hears
yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Decent.
yeah, man. Thank you.
So I guess you're on hiatus because of the pandemic from
Hmm.
Vegas.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The show has definitely been on pause to keep everyone safe. It's been stated that there's still going to be a show. We just kind of have to just kind of work our way around this and what's happening. I'm really hoping that the world does the right thing with this whole vaccination, and everything. I hope we really, really come together as a global, you know, effort to heal this world, man, so we can get back to what we do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Tell me about the playing Vegas. What's that like for you?
You know, um, it's really, really nice because the world comes to you. And you don't have to do all the work of traveling from one place to the next. I mean, I still enjoy the touring, but this right here is like, you're in one hotel. It's like clockwork. The show, you're performing for an hour and 45 minutes. You're done. That's at night. You get VIP everything. You're just kind of sitting up, chilling throughout the day, and you're waiting for your show. I think the really good part, like I said, is that the whole world comes to you. And then you get to have the type of production that you want. You don't have to relocate it and reset it up and relocate it and reset it up all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah,
We
man.
actually had I don't were you with Boyz II Men the whole time in Vegas? Were you
Yeah, from okay, we're looking at 8 years. Um 2012, March 1st. Yes.
okay? So on the show, someone actually gave me tickets to come see
Okay.
the show,
Okay.
and I couldn't make the show. So what I did was I made it a part of a giveaway for my other show. And so
Ah,
we
cool.
actually sent some people out there to come meet you, and you guys were really nice to them, took pictures with them. It was really
Okay.
nice,
Oh,
really
that's
nice.
cool. Yeah,
Thank you for that.
yeah, it's our pleasure, man. Definitely, definitely. We're nothing without y'all, so it is what it is.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
So, I don't really have anything else to ask you, but I do want you to bless these people with telling them where they can find you,
Yep.
how to track you, keep up with
Yep.
you, and support
Yep. Absolutely. Thank you. So, yeah, I am the letter I, like iPhone. Mark, I spell my name with a C. Marc Nelson. And that'll be with Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the different social media platforms. As I said, I'm launching my new shows, Mark After Dark and Man Code, through the YouTube channels, Facebook Live. And I'm using a platform called Ecamm Live. I wanted to kind of put a shout out to them as well. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to start releasing new material as well as a singer, solo artist, R&B stuff. And I appreciate y'all support all day.
Brother, I thank you. I thank
Man,
you
it's
for
my
blessing my
pleasure.
platform,
My
and
pleasure.
thank you for being open and candid with me.
Yeah,
And
man, definitely, definitely.
I'm definitely going
Anytime.
to stay in touch with you because we got some work to do. I got some things that I'm thinking about in
All
the new
right.
year. I'm going to
You
run them
got it,
by
my
you.
friend. You got it, man.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
My pleasure, man. Take it.
All right.
All right. How do I close this out? I keep forgetting this.
The X, brother. The X.
Yeah, right there it is.